My firm belief is Palantir will be 10 times bigger in the future. You know, you've had all these critiques of Palantir. We're the Frankenstein monster. It can't be a product. It's never going to be free cash flow positive. It's never going to be GAAP profitable. It could never get on the S&P. It's clearly very valuable, but it can't be 10 times more valuable. And you know, our job is to show and not tell, and we are going to show that we can be 10 times bigger than we are now. Our products are superior. We stand by their superiority, and both parties recognize that we have the best products.
The Palantir jumping to a new all-time high today after announcing it will transfer its listing from the New York Stock Exchange to the NASDAQ on November 26th.
Palantir stock has been on an unbelievable run. In the last 1 year, the stock is up 220%. Can it keep going up? Is it going to crash? Are we in a bubble? Do the fundamentals support what this stock move actually is right here? It's been going crazy lately. So I'm going to play a couple interviews of CEO Alex Karp of Palantir. He's going to break down what he thinks about the company. And then after we go through those interviews, I'm going to go through my intrinsic value calculator and show you how much I really think that the stock is worth. It might be crazy for what you think it's worth, so we definitely need to go through this because the stock, in my opinion, there's a really big move that could be coming. You could make a crap ton of money on it. So stick around. We're going to go through this after we get through these interviews of Alex Karp.
Dr. Alex Karp, CEO and co-founder of Palantir. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Very happy to be here.
Your company, previously kind of mysterious, private for about 17 years. Now you're going to be in the S&P. You're going to be added to millions of 401ks. How does that feel for you as a founder? What does that mean for the company?
Well, yeah, it's been a long ride. I've been at this together with other Palantirians for almost 20 years. And, you know, we believed that we could build a company that would make America and its allies stronger, better, more intelligent, more agile, wealthier. And we took a lot of positions that looked outside the norm. Some people said batshit crazy, like America is good, the West is good, we should fight for meritocracy. We can make industry in America dominant, not apologize for being the best and greatest country in the world, our allies around the world. Actually, the most radical thing we ever did was build software that actually was fully aligned with our customers, with our partners, whether they be military or commercial. The way you were told to build a software company was stay away from government at all costs, because that might help somebody. Build software that makes customers feel like they're being pleasured while they're being screwed. We never did that, and we stood by our values, and I'm really proud of Palantirians and our supporters. And it's an incredible ride. Our products are superior. We stand by their superiority, and both parties recognize that we have the best products.
All right, so we've mentioned incredible stock growth. Looks like you're going to get another boost from joining the S&P. What contracts do you think that Palantir needs, whether it's government work or commercial work? What contracts are you still out there looking to obtain to kind of prove that AIP, your software, is the best in the world, which I know we talked a year ago. You said you were setting out to do that.
We're not interested in we show, we don't tell. We believe, our customers, we have 111 partners presenting who believe our products are valuable to them, in some cases transformative to them. We are very focused on product innovation. Part of what AI does is allows you to innovate quicker, and if you have distribution, distribute that innovation quicker. So our main goal is to accelerate product development in all areas: military, manufacturing, government, AI-backed targeting, AI-backed ways of running your business, and then we'll see where we are in a year. My firm belief is Palantir will be 10 times bigger in the future. You know, you've had all these critiques of Palantir. We're the Frankenstein monster. It can't be a product. It's never going to be free cash flow positive. It's never going to be GAAP profitable. It could never get on the S&P. It's clearly very valuable, but it can't be 10 times more valuable. And, you know, our job is to show and not tell, and we are going to show that we can be 10 times bigger than we are now.
So, Alex, my question is, I think of Palantir and I think of AI warfare and being able to target your enemies. What are you doing for an AT&T? What are you doing for a gas company that is built on the strength and the business that you have in the federal government?
Well, the products are different, but the baseline way in which you build software, meaning building software that is fully aligned for a complicated customer. So if you take oil and gas or you take AT&T, these are companies with massive investments in architecture. You have to build on top of that, and you have to be able to use algorithms. For example, in the telecommunications, where do you put the wires? What is the most efficient way of having the customer connect to you? How do you do preventive maintenance on the wires? How do you do preventive maintenance on the infrastructure you're building? How do you do the capital allocation so that you can maximize it? These are actually life and death issues for the enterprise, because if you mess that up, you mess up your margins, you mess up the quality of your revenue, and you get disrupted by other competitors. And what Palantir will allow you to do is transform that in a quarter what would have taken you 3-5 years to do. And that's why we have these very loyal, very deep contracts with customers. And by the way, U.S. commercial especially, but also including BP in the UK and other places in the world, is just extraordinarily strong. We've been growing year on year, roughly 70% for 3 quarters. So it's like we are famous for what we've done to help the U.S. and its allies. I'm very proud of that. But, the unknown, somewhat public secret of Palantir is we're just crushing it in U.S. commercial. And that's really important. It's important for America. It's important for Palantir.
And I can't justify the valuation at all. It's probably 35 times sales. It trades probably 2 times. Brent Hill, I'm looking at his note here. He says it trades 2 times what CrowdStrike trades at. So in terms of a multiple, in terms of a sales multiple. So I think it's a combination of the success they have going here. We're talking about, 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5 successive quarters where they've shown pretty incredible growth. That's part of the story here. Part of it also is truly where they seem to have the inside track on some of the choicest contracts in the world. And I do mean the government contracts. And I do mean the sense is that these are also some of the smartest guys in the room. So I hate the multiple. I've been longing the name for some time.
I would argue that there are probably plays that are better for AI than this. But what I think is, in the note that, Tim was referencing is in this valuation embedded is that this company can grow for several years at 40%, which is an acceleration from where it is right now, and still hold a 12 times sales multiple, which is high. That's a lot of good news that's priced in there. And so it's hard to feel confident saying, yeah, I would recommend stepping into this right now.
56% of their revenues is from the government. Do we think that revenue is going up or down or getting haggled? Do we have a person like Elon Musk who is a tech savvy guy?
Is that where they're going to be cutting, though? I mean, I would think if anything, that's an area where Doge would say, hey, wave some more in.
Or maybe you're doing it for X, and maybe you've got to do it for X minus 20%. I don't know. It's just something. Things look pretty peachy when I look at the chart and all the aspects of it. That would be the headwind I'd be worrying about.
Okay, so heading over to my Discord, I did a quick little breakdown on Palantir. So it's currently trading at about $66 per share, and then this right here is the last 4 quarters of earnings. So if you add up the last 4 quarters, that is trailing 12 months, you'll come out to 35 cents total earnings per share in the last 12 months. So if you divide 66 by 35 cents, you are going to come out to a PE ratio of 189 for the trailing. And you can see right here, earnings per share same quarter last year versus right now, up 43%. That is super good growth. I'm not debating that right there at all. And the revenue is up 30% year over year right here also. But the stock is up 233%. It's absolutely mooning. And is this move really justified? No, I think the valuation is definitely super extended. And check this out right here. The net income for the last quarter was $144 million, and that represents a 20% profit margin. So the CEO, Alex Karp, he was basically saying there's unlimited demand for the product. But if there's pretty much unlimited demand for the product, why is the profit margin only 20%? I mean, NVIDIA's profit margin is well over 50% because there's a lot of demand for it. They could really charge whatever they want for their product. But for this right here, 20% profit margin, I don't know, I'm a little bit skeptical about that. And then I said right here, for a stock that's growing its revenue at 30%, that valuation is pretty extreme. While Palantir is a great company, don't get me wrong, Palantir is good. I like the company. I'm just saying short term, I think it's a little bit overvalued. And in just a second, we'll scroll down and I'll show you my intrinsic value for the company. But at some point, valuation does matter. And CEO Alex Karp, he does see this as well. And that's why he's been accelerating his stock selling in the last couple months. He probably feels like the stock is overvalued. And CEOs usually like to sell when they feel like their stock is a little bit overvalued. They want to get the most amount of money out of it. And then a super important lesson right here. People love to see their stocks go up. And I promise you that a stock that has a PE ratio of 189, if they miss earnings or they have any bad news that comes out, the stock will get absolutely clobbered. So I am considering buying puts. Head into my Discord, you'll see if I make the play or not. And then scrolling down right here, you can see my stock value calculator. So this calculator right here, it's just a basis of how I get a valuation on a company. So Palantir is a stock, earnings per share in the last 12 months was 35 cents. P ratio of a no-growth company is 7. If you want to learn how I do this and actually get this calculator for free, I'll drop a video right here at the end of this video. You can watch how to work this calculator and then you'll get a free link to get it if you want to play with it. This is a calculator that Warren Buffett uses. Benjamin Graham was his professor in college, was Warren Buffett's professor. Ben Graham made this formula, and this formula was passed on to Warren Buffett. So this stuff right here, this is what Warren Buffett uses to just get a basis, a guideline of if a stock is grossly undervalued or overvalued. So growth rate for the next 5 years, I put in 50% annually for that growth rate. That is a super strong growth rate, very aggressive. It's hard to grow at 50% year after year after year for 5 years straight, but I did do that. I did give them the benefit of the doubt just for this example right here. And the intrinsic value comes out to be $17 per share. So it does appear to be well overvalued. Like I said, I'm not against a company whatsoever. I'm here to make money. You're here to make money too. I do think short term it's overvalued. Long term, it could be a great company, but I think the move right now is to maybe buy puts on this company, maybe like a 2 or 3 month duration. And also don't forget to check out my 100% free alpha report. You don't even have to put in your email to do this, but I break down the market every single day. I show you what's going on. One thing right here, I talked about the fear and greed index. It was 68 yesterday, now it's 51. So the market is coming in a better balance, which is good because we don't want the market to go into extreme greed category and then, we can have a big bubble and it pops and the market goes way down. I break down as a bubble popping. Trump may have rug Tesla and Elon. I break all this stuff down. So if you want to get on this, 100% free, links below for that. And don't forget, if you want to watch that video where I break down the intrinsic value calculator, watch this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.